Taylor. Flats. It looks a little bit like a Heinz 57 label. You know, maybe like vintage NASCAR livery, like Marlboro Red. Kind of, anyway. Heads up to the King Deuce board. Oya likes it.
About the first thing Oya has liked thus far.
Fair.
He was due.
Started with 4.75 million on the day, down to 3 to start this pot, but he'll be picking it up in all likelihood here. Not obligated to c-bet this one, and we do see the check on this hyper dry texture. 4 on the turn, unclear whether or not TVK is going to try to lay claim here.
It's a nice check. Obviously, when you flop trips, of course, oh yeah, he's trapping, but it just opens the door where TVK now feels like the only chance he may be able to win and bluff is right here, right now. So Oya maximizing the value of his hand.
This is just a cheeky little attempt to take down the pot by von Kriegenberg.
It was a tricky little flat out of the small blind. If you look at TVK in the small blind, look at the stack on the button as well as the big blind, right? Very short. I thought maybe the Queen Jack can just grip and rip, go all in. Instead, he came with the call, and now we're here.
ICM pressure is very real out there for somebody like Oya, given the size of the pay jumps that are available. And now this could be potentially pesky as the backdoor clubs slide in. Taylor does hold the Queen of Clubs, and he could seek to place tremendous pressure on a stack of 2.2 million back. And he does say all in, and let's see, Oya didn't really make a meal of it, decided, okay, if you backdoored me, so be it. I was actually there at the win when Sepio won that World Poker Tour title. Such a massive field, and now all of a sudden we've got a massive pot in terms of dim-off with King 9 against Queen Jack. Not so much the 4.85 in the middle, but rather his prospects. Has the best of it. Rail putting a smile on his face. Seeing a little bit of Bryce Yockey, by the way. You know, just a skosh.
Yeah, fair.
On the doppelganger front. And also seeing 10-8-4 of spades. 2 clean overs, a gutter, and the better of the flush draws. 16 outs for Scutton. This is a lot to fade. You see the boys calling for a hold. The deuce of hearts is a compliant development.
No, 9 jack. 9 jack, queen or spade. Yeah, 9 jack.
We'll see what color.
Is there a clean river available for King 9? No.
Nice.
Jack of diamonds on the end, and perhaps one could suggest that the ace-queen suited was supposed to be the moment that saw the demise of Augie Dimhoff, but instead it was King 9 against Queen Jack as Scutton, the beneficiary, leaving Dimhoff out of here. In 7th place, 170,000 roughly, the payout.
I don't think he's going to appreciate this one. Curious George, the man in the yellow suit, when he's got an $800 hat and basically a $30,000 outfit on.
Listen, the man
this
in the yellow
hand,
suit,
by the way, might be worth a lot more than $30,000.
Ace King for Rocco. Remember, he got clicky against Dimhoff in this spot. This is a less clicky approach as he goes to 1.7 out of the small. Granted, the stack depth for Wilson responsible in part. Still having to be mindful of Masashi Oya with sub 10 bigs elsewhere. Are both parties.
You said you had 8 million now?
This is
High point?
a sick and twisted spot.
Woo.
The 10s look like they're going to play it as a flat.
Yeah, I mean, if Rocco's bluffing and he can have 3-bet bluffs, right? It's going to be a lot of big little stuff. Ace-X, maybe Ace-X suited.
Heads up, though.
Yo, Danny.
Just sort of understand our equity. Don't go nuts. This is not desired texture. We have 2 10s.
Interestingly, there are 2 overcards out there. The 10 that Rocco seeks to make Broadway blocked.
The longest event.
For texture, I would imagine that Rocco expects to be interacting quite nicely with the open and then call the 3-bet range. For Wilson, Brent, bar kind of the underpairs to the board playing in this way?
No, he just flatted by
Yeah.
9-3.
Someone must have really bagged it.
I'm watching Rocco here, the intense, with the check. This is where, when I'm tuned in at home, what a beautiful sight the aces for Rocco, but when I'm watching these very delicate situations, big hand versus big hand, the collision, ace-king misses, how to proceed, what's optimal. Take notes. Rocco extremely defensive while also remaining under-repped.
Yeah, it went check-check on the flop. Here he is checking once more after hitting top pair and the Broadway gutter, a gutter that also has been acquired in different form by the 10s. And might those 2 10s think that this is an opportunity?
$1.5.
Might that be our answer?
Yeah, you nailed that one. I was just sort of in wait-and-see mode. Was that an immediate fold? Hold on. That was just a snap fold with ace-king?
King-jack suited for the short stack of Masashi Oya. Now that we're playing 150-300, he comes back to a 6 big blind deep situation. And he rips it in there, pocket 9s for TVK. He's not looking to fold, but how does he want to approach things?
All in.
There's your answer.
It's like 5.6 or something.
Nothing cooks behind him.
Good. Okay, I read it right.
So on their backs they go. 9s up against the 2 overs. Can Oya find paint, clubs, maybe a straight?
Sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but they were just asking. They like to know what the hand is.
4.35 in the middle. No king, no jack on a queen high clubless flop.
Yes, that stuff. Suspense.
Oh yeah, in trouble. Matters made worse as his equity dips to 14%. The mic's coming off here, but a king or jack would put it right back where it belongs.
Premature, I like it. Trying to will it.
Reverse juju. Unsuccessful.
Damn it.
As the 4 of hearts calls the herd further, just one hand into this new blind level.
It's a secret.
It's not a secret, Brent. It's the opposite of a secret. It's literally right there. No secret, jack 9 suited, defending the big blind. Against the min-raise open here from the pocket. 3s of shutting 3 in the window, and a little taste in the form of top pair for Wilson. Brandon began this journey as the shortest stack, worked his way up to the chip lead. Rocco currently holding the title of chip leader. As we see the set of 3s go to work.
dare I say, Cuspy, difficult hand to play post.
Yes and
May
no,
have
though, in
performed
terms
better
of,
as just an open shove or a fold. You don't see the open often is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, sure. 450 does get check called here. 1 overcard to the 9 rolling off. But I think it does have some clarity. The 3 free board, generally speaking, we can just be done with it for the most part.
Yeah, but then what's the point of raising off 17 bigs to begin with, because it's very rare. A lot of times you're just repping boards, right, to align with your range advantage, turning 3s into bluffs on many streets, which I'm sure Scutton was part of the plan. Meanwhile, he's just got the goods, and he's got Brandon Wilson drawing dead.
I know. It was good timing.
Brandon doesn't know that, and he has a decent amount of hand, but let's see what his feelings about a 1 million chip turn bet are into 2-5. He's going to make the call.
And the sizing by Scutton is set up a river shove. Wonderful. He's got 3.1 behind with 4.5 in the middle.
Now 1 more overcard. Rolling off on the end. Suspect we're going to have a value barrel incoming. Note the SPR, 3.1 million. 4-5 out there.
Good bluff.
Man, this is such a brutal spot. We all know it's coming, and Wilson having the Jack-9. Just a pure bluff catcher. Sort of remove the double barrel.
And the call made by Wilson after ripping through a good chunk of his time extensions.
Scared me for a second.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
What?
My bad. I thought he was under the gun.
Oh, okay. Scared me
Sorry
for a
about
second.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Min raise open there from Breck with the Cowboys.
This dynamic,
2.7.
yeah, we're just in. As the shortest stack, there's not a lot of ICM consideration.
Well, we're not totally in, just 2.7 for the time being. 3s, binned, and it's back around to the kings. Let's see. I would imagine when we see this many of our opponent's chips committed, we know the rest are available for request. That's exactly what Breck does, as he announces all in, and the bad news is delivered to one Brandon Wilson, who's really ridden the roller coaster here, Brent. Went from shortest stack, coming in with a paltry 2 million, all the way up to chip leader, and now on the short stack once more, and a foot out the door, perhaps, against these kings.
Nope.
10 in the window was promising in terms of a straight draw, but that fails to be acquired here in this under 10 million chip pot. We know which way it needs to go. Wilson could very well find himself drawing dead on these turns. Not one of them that creates that circumstance, however, is the ace of clubs. Easy, Breck. It's never easy. That's the feeling. Keep Jacob away from this board, says Scutton. Wilson hunts the jack and instead is given a 6. Along with a 5th place payout. Healthy ladders for the man who came in as the shorty. One can't argue with working your way up from just shy of 170,000 all the way up to almost 316, which is exactly what Wilson does, as he will leave behind 4 to do battle, and Scutton is surging.
All in.
Suited one gapper rips it here. TVK
4.125.
deemed it enough. Scutton.
Does this guy have an extra time? 4.125. I'm praying you call.
Little speech play here, as Breck looks interested with the 6s.
I think kind of genuine as well. It is for 13 bigs for Scutton. Sixes right there
Yeah.
on the border.
I mean, keeping TVK around and preferably letting him bleed down a little bit further is good for business as the chip leader. Doubling him up into 26 bigs is very much bad for business. Boy, I don't know. Yeah, feels like the sixes into the bin is maybe the more sage way to proceed. Rocco, though, wakes up with ace-queen suited, and he's in a great way.
Ace-queen versus queen-10. We need ace-queen.
Queen-10,
huh?
ace-queen. 6-6.
Well, for TVK, he came into this final table third in chips.
Wow, that would have been fucking sick.
What do you do if I...
Fourth of 4 runners.
That's not a good card.
And looking bad is the queen 10 of hearts on this king 7-7 board with 8.7 in the middle. Matters made worse with a lack of equity acquisition, courtesy of the 3 of spades. Just 7%. We need the 10 and the 10 only. Can TVK find it? No.
Good game.
GG's.
Good luck.
Good play, Mr.
Peace.
GG's issued.
This one.
I like this. Does not go for the shove for 14 bigs. Comes in with the min raise. Wants the action. Oh, he might get it.
Ace 5 of hearts. Rocco peering over at that stack. And he's going to jam. Staffman snap calls and is in a wonderful way here.
I have ace-queen versus ace-5.
Ace-5, ace-queen. Hearts, diamonds.
He has hearts, I have diamonds.
Ace-queen at risk.
I have diamonds.
What a moment for Staffman. He's going to head over to take the flop in with his crew. King 7-3 is safe.
No 5.
For the time being, the 5 is that which is being warded off. Board pairing
no
3.
King 7 to 5.
Does
No
create
king 7,
opportunities. King in the 7.
No King 7 5. No King 7 5.
For the carve up, a 5 would be the disaster card.
No, we're all in. Just no King 7 or 5.
Rachel anxiously awaiting the river, which is safe. Staffman, a little pep in his step as he will welcome in a freshly doubled stack at the expense of one Mike Rocco, who, when the dust settles, will have worked his way to the bottom of the leaderboard.
Chewy, by the way, is one of those types that I've always thought of as alien-like, but here we are. Massive.
7-4 suited. Rocco is stuffing this one in there. Staffman has said call, and he's actually sharing the 7. He is in a great way right now.
7-4. Come on.
It's over to give Rachel and his buddy the update. Might he have just booked a ticket to heads up against Scutton?
Yeah.
As the covering stack. 67% of the time, the answer is yes.
You got
Ace 7's at risk. Rocco's got 7-4 spades.
Queen 8-6, gut shot and backdoor spades.
Well, Rocco's got him covered.
Come on, no 4, no 5.
Rocco hunting 4s and 5s. Now hunting spades as well, as the board dampens heavily. A deluge of outs, 15 in total. Any of which would keep Mike Rocco in his seat, doubling through Staffman. Can he hit and stay alive? No. And just like that, the mighty Michael Rocco is vanquished.
He had a stack behind that I didn't.
Fantastic starting hand. Right around 30 bigs for Staffman. How to proceed.
Raise 800,000.
Min raise. Ace 10 for Scutton.
Uh-oh.
A candidate, perhaps, for more altitude.
All in.
Call.
Raise.
Snapped
That's not good.
is the all-in, and look at
Raise.
Staffman.
Come on. Jacks versus ace 10. There's no ace. No ace. Come on, no ace.
He is thrilled to be in a
Nice.
position to potentially take down not just this 24 million plus chip
on, no
pot,
ace, baby.
but the chip lead.
I don't see an ace coming.
No ace. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on.
It's like a 3.
Come on, no ace. No ace.
3.
All right.
That's what I said.
No ace.
That's what I said.
Jack. Let's get a jack. Let's end it here. Jack. Jack.
A compliant flop, 6-high, rainbow. Staffman
Jack. Jack.
wants to end it with a hook on the
Jack,
turn.
Jack. Jack.
Instead, it's a
No
deuce,
ace,
and
no
now all of a
4.
sudden
No
the
ace, no
chop
4.
is
No
possible.
ace, no 4. Yeah, no ace, no 4. Come on, baby.
Can Staffman
Just jack
double and take back the
Jack,
chip lead
jack.
he brought to this final table at long last?
Come on.
Yes, indeed.
That's in.
Furthering your point, by the way, another ace X limp on the button from Staffman.
1.8.
Mhm. Pattern has been established as we see Scutton shoot it up. None of the aces have been big enough thus far to be played predictably as a limp jam. And on this occasion, yet again, Staffman plays it as a limp call. Scutton not to be faulted for raising it up with this king 6 suited. Very standard practice. And how about the nuts against top pair?
Oh my goodness.
7 of spades, the side card for Staffman, giving him the flush draw. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. With 4.1 in the middle and a whole lot more to come.
This could escalate in a hurry.
We've dropped a couple of Mentos into a 2-liter of Diet Coke here.
1.5 million.
Staffman. 1.5. As the smoke plume begins to emanate from the crater in what rates to be a
3.5.
somewhat volcanic exchange.
3.5 million.
Building a pot right here, right now, with the flopped nuts.
And when we flop the nuts and we check raise, a lot of times the opposition is sitting there thinking, well, if he had the nuts, he would never check raise
Right,
and
which is
risk
called-
losing me.
He's going to assign Scutton probably just the king of spades in his hand.
Yeah,
You know, check raising with that sort of equity, that's sort of where we're at right here.
maybe he's got an ace. As we see the gut shot straight draw acquired now for Staffman. This blocking the exits a bit. Oh, and Scott with a naughty knuckle here.
Oh, this is filthy out of Scutton.
He's played it exactly like a Broadway king of spades to this point, hasn't he?
There's 11 million out there. Scutton only has 12 million behind. Oh boy.
Pre-flop raise, check raise flop, check
All
on
in.
this non-spade turn, and he has induced the jam from Staffman successfully. He is feeling pretty swaggy here, as you can see the river will be irrelevant. That swipe the keyboard, or I'm calling bluff on 72 years of age. That's kind of a millennial sort of screen name there. But anyway, let's just give him benefit of the doubt. Scutton, ace queen, 1.8 announced after the Staffman mystery limp here. See whether or not he had something on his mind. It feels like he might be gearing up, and he does limp jam.
How much is it?
Count asked for. I don't know if Scutton's going to be in the mood to get away from ace queen here. That's a whole lot of hand heads up.
20 bigs, ace queen, we're in there.
Call.
Call announced. And what was limped?
Ace
An
queen,
inferior
ace
ace, it looks like, and indeed the declaration of ace
We
nine.
need to get lucky. Ace nine.
Ace nine.
Need a 9.
He's spun on 2
Niner.
occasions already so far here.
I don't know why he was.
This
thinking
would be the
about
double that levels the stacks.
We need no 9. I don't know what the suits are, actually.
that. Come on. One time, 9. Come on, 9.
He's got diamonds, we got hearts. Just one
This is a 9er.
of each.
This is what I call a 9. Come on, 9. 9. 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6. 9.
20.6 million chip pot. And a 9 free.
Yeah, I need a 9.
We got her.
4, 5, 6, jack. 9, 5, 6, jack.
7 or an 8.
Queen
Provide
hearts.
some opportunities as well, not to be overshadowed.
I think I do.
But only 3 immediate outs to the
You can
lead.
be greedy, right?
9. Do I have a heart?
It's a very good
Hearts are
card.
there, but they're covered.
He's got 9 of hearts.
Oh, he's got the ace of hearts.
Only a 9.
I need a black 9.
Will thwart
clubs.
Scutton's
Come on.
bid for
Come
his
on,
first World Series of Poker
9
bracelet.
clubs.
Staffman's done it to him twice, but not a third time.
Boys, he did it!
Tried. Yeah, we lost.
You didn't lose.
Yeah, no, we'll take it. I mean,
Mission accomplished
Hey,
for
good
playing
one.
with you,
Breck
man.
Yeah, you
Scutton
too.
It's nice to meet you.
You too.
graciously goes over for the handshake as Staffman has nothing to hang his head about.
Well, Breck, you have had some big tournament scores before, but does it just hit different when it comes against the best in the world in a WSOP high roller?
Yeah, it's completely different. So I had a deep run a couple years ago in a 50K, got second, and it's just, you win a lot of money, but there's still always that disappointment, especially when you get so close to like the prestigious bracelet, and now we got one.
With that said, from second in that 50K 2 years ago to first place today, what does this bracelet mean to
It
you?
means everything. It's just incredible. I've been regretting decisions from that tournament ever since.
Wow.
And then you'd have those opportunities and you'd think they might not come back again, but then you just keep playing, and here we are. So.
What's it like to do this in front of your wife and I know kind of sort of in front of your kids via FaceTime?
It was great. She's been sending me videos of my daughter all day. I run extremely hot as soon as I see those videos. I do like aces and kings every time. She told my daughter that Dad's bringing home a bracelet for her, so she was all and she's 2, so she just goes, "Aw." But yeah, so it's really exciting to have everybody here. Previous scores were during COVID time, so family couldn't be around for that, so it's awesome to have family around for this one.
Well, the kids are going to be really excited for this because it is my honor to present you with your first World Series of Poker bracelet. Very well deserved. There you go. Go to that camera right there. Ali Brent, there is your 25K high roller champion, Breck Scutton.